Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. Today we go to Bristol Motor Speedway, a track that we have run decent at, but we really haven't had the best runs at this racetrack. And obviously we set our sights first on the Xfinity Series race. We had Brennan Poole in the car this time around as he is back into the sport. He obviously lost his ride at Chip Ganassi Racing a few seasons back in the number 42 Xfinity car, or number 48 Xfinity car, and now here he is in our car driving here in Bristol. As on the first few laps he was up in P8, but about the midway point in this race he would drift back to the 10th position and struggle to get anywhere from there as he comes through the corners here, trying to make up any time on the car up in front, which was Elliott Sadler in the one car as he went down into turns 3 and 4, but just not able to make up any ground. By the time Brendan Poole came to the final lap of this race, he actually lost another spot to Joey Gase, but again another spot as well. So he was in P10 coming down the back straightaway, still going into turn 3 on the final lap. He sent it up the inside of Joey Gase, trying to get that 9th position, but he would be unable to do so as he came out of turn 4 to finish 10th here in Bristol. So a decent finish still for this team. Certainly a driver that we might consider keeping around here in the lineup throughout the rest of the season. And obviously this does help our point situation as well, as Brendan Poole gets a top 10 for us, so that will put us closer to a playoff position, hopefully, as we did get a decent amount of money from that performance in Bristol there. You see Brendan Poole puts our team at 15th in the points after Bristol, so still some work to do. The top 12 cars obviously make the playoffs, so like I said, work to do yet, and hopefully we can continue to improve. But now it's time to set our sights on Bristol. I accidentally forgot to change the tire wear to ×2, so we're on ×1 wear going into this race, so likely we're not going to even have to make a pit stop. But we came to qualifying. We made it to the third session in the qualifying event. We had a 16.795 on the first lap, and I decided, you know what, let's go for another one because I felt like we could do better. And as we went through turns 3 and turns 4, coming out of turn 4 towards the front straightaway, we would come through to come across the line to improve by about half a tenth to a 7.53, and we would start on the pole. We get P1 as we get ready to start here in Bristol Motor Speedway.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee for the running of the Food City 500. This half-mile concrete oval is famous for its high-banking, stadium-like seating and all the beating and banging that goes on between the competitors. In fact, sometimes there are more fireworks during this race than on the 4th of July. But there's no room for hurt feelings or bruised egos today. All that matters to these drivers is winning this race. This is Bristol Motor Speedway, and this is NASCAR Racing on PRN.
Alright, we are ready to go green here in Bristol. We start on the pole here from first place. Ty Dillon has been struggling all weekend, so we're going to see if he can turn it around here in Bristol. And there we are on the pole with Denny Hamlin on the front row along with us. We still owe him payback from Martinsville after he just completely dumped me into the grass and pushed me into the wall. So he certainly owes us one now as we get ready to go green here in Bristol. The green flag is out, and we are underway in Bristol Motor Speedway now as we try to hang on to maybe get a victory here for the first time in this number 41 car since we made the switch to this team for Stuart Haas Racing. Now as we come down the back straightaway, just ahead of Denny Hamlin as we head down into turns 3 and turns 4. As we come through the center of the corner though, Kyle Busch moves side by side with the 11 as we get very sideways on the exit of the corner, but fortunately we hang on to the car as we head down into turns 1 and turns 2. And as we come out of turn 2, just in front of Kyle Busch here as we head down into turn 3, he is close, but not able to get to my inside now as we exit turn 4 to come through to complete the second lap of this event. And by the time we came to lap 5, Kyle Busch was battling with the 22 of Joey Logano behind as we started to stretch out the gap just a little bit as we head down into turns 3 and turns 4 once again, as Kyle Busch, I believe, hangs on to that second position now as we exit the turn, crossing the line to complete the 5th lap. By the time we came to lap 18, still leading this race, but we started catching lap traffic, and this was certainly not what we needed. Chase Elliott actually worked his way up to that second position as we come through to lap Ty Dillon, the first car of the race to be put a lap down behind Parker Kligerman now as we come down the back straightaway. But nursing through this lap traffic was allowing Chase Elliott to close the gap on me, as he was certainly getting through these lap cars much faster than I was able to get through them. By the time it came to 11 to go though, Elliott closing the gap quite considerably now as we come out of turn 2 side by side just about with Haley Deegan. Now we do send it up the inside, going into turns 3, getting clear of her as we come through turns 3 and 4, trying to clear the 47 as well of Ryan Preece as we cross the line. There you see Elliott continuing to close the gap as we would get ahead of Ryan Preece and just try to work our way forward, but Elliott closes in quickly. Now as he's about a car length behind us, we head down into turns 3 as we clear the 72 of Ryan Truex as we exit turn 4. And as we came to just 3 to go in the stage now, lapping up to the 29th place car of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as we are continuing to hold off Chase Elliott as we come down the back straightaway behind Joey Gase, who runs in the 28th position. Joey Gase is outrunning Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Really interesting to see now as we come out of turn 4 to hit 2 laps to go in this first stage. In command now as we try to hang on to the stage victory. Elliott continuing to drive through traffic, but as we get a little more spread out between the lap cars, we start to pull away from Elliott again now as we come through turns 3, trying to clear the 34 of Michael McDowell. As we come out of the corner, we do get ahead of McDowell as we come across the line to start the final lap in this first stage now as we come through on the exit of turn 2 for the final time in the stage, a little bit sideways as we come down the back straightaway and head down into turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time in stage 1. We will exit turn 4 to get our second stage win of the season and our second playoff point of the season. So a great start to this race as Elliott gets second and Kyle Larson down there in P10, our former teammate. So a decent stage finish for him, and hopefully we can continue this performance in these second stages. Obviously, like I said, I forgot to put the tire wear and stuff on times 2, so we would not have to make a pit stop as it was only on times 1. But as we would get ready to start this second stage, Elliott will be alongside Joey Logano in P3, Alex Bowman in 4th. Now as the green flag is out, we are back underway in Bristol as Elliott gets a much better restart than I do as we head down into turns 1 side by side with the 9 of the Napa driver of Chase Elliott as we exit turn 2. As he comes down the back straightaway, we make contact with the Dawsonville native as we head down into turns 3, and we get into him once again as we come out of the corner. Elliott will pull away as he gets clear of me as we cross the line, and certainly not what we needed as we send it up the inside of Elliott as we come through turns 1 and 2. Obviously not getting along with Chase Elliott recently as we try to at least give him the respect he deserves as we head down into turn 3, sending it up the inside, just trying to stay off of his door though as we come into turn 4, and we would make a little bit of contact again though going down into turns 1 now. A nice little battle here with the 9 of Chase Elliott as we try to take the lead, but as we came out of turn 2, Elliott would get clear of me as we went down into turn 3 though, sending it up the inside one more time, just barely getting into his door. No harm done or anything there as he would get clear again as he had a ton of momentum on the exit of the corners, which I could not build up now as we came through turns 1 and 2. Elliott finally getting away for the brief moment, and by the time we came to lap 9, Joey Logano got to my inside as we make a little bit of contact actually, and he would move through to take that second position away from me as Elliott continued to lead, but he wasn't really pulling away. And Joey Logano continued to work his way forwards. By the time we came to just a couple laps later, he would actually get ahead of Chase Elliott by the time he hit lap 13 in the stage as Elliott fell back to second as we were just right on his bumper there as we come out of turn 4, though side by side with the 9 as we head down into turns 1, trying to get clear of the 9 of Elliott but unable to do so in the first 2 corners of the track now as we exit turn 2 down the back straightaway just about side by side as we send it in deep to turns 3 and pull a bit of a slide job on Chase Elliott now as we get ahead of him and take that second position away. And Joey Logano would also continue to drive away from myself. By the time we came to lap 20, you see him up there dealing with lap traffic as we're also dealing with these lap cars, and Logano's just stretching the gap at this point between himself and I now as we have just 8 to go at this point in the stage. But we would actually start to close in on the 22 a bit as he started getting stuck around these lap cars as we made some contact there with the 72 of Ryan Truex, and I wasn't really sure what the heck that was about, but we were able to get clear of him anyways. But as we came to just 7 to go, you see Logano stuck behind a couple of cars now as he tries to get to the inside. By the time we came to just 3 to go, he's still stuck in lap traffic to the point where I close up on him, and my teammate Kevin Harvick's just behind me as he has driven us down as well. And we have a chance to maybe steal the stage victory as we have run down the 22 now as we exit turn 4. Just 2 laps remain now in stage 2 as we are sending it up the inside of Cody Ware in the number 51 Camaro as we exit turn 2, close to the back bumper of Logano, our teammate, or or not our teammate, but the Penske driver as we head down into turns 3, though, sending it up the inside of Logano, and we will take the lead coming to the white flag in stage 2 now as we are in command as we try to get another playoff point as we head down through turns 1 and 2 behind the 34 of Michael McDowell. Harvick, our teammate, did get past Logano as well as we head down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 2. Side by side with the 34 of McDowell, we will exit the corner to win stage 2 after really not really being deserving of the stage victory, but we just got into the right position and got past that 22 of Logano. So we now have 3 playoff points on the season and 2 of them today, and we obviously would stay out due to no one else pitting, so we would get to restart P1 for this restart. And it would be ready, or we would be ready to start this final stage. Jimmy Johnson down there in P10. Now is Kevin Harvick, our teammate, on the outside front row as we get ready to start the race once again. The green flag is out. The final stage is underway here in Bristol now. Myself, Harvick, Logano, and Elliott, your first 2 rows here as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. A much better restart to start this stage than it was in the second stage as we did get into the wall a little bit on the exit of turn 2, damaging the car just a slight bit, but we would come through turns 3 and 4 to lead this first lap of the final stage now as we just barely edge out the 4 of Kevin Harvick, who has Joey Logano all over his back bumper. Chase Elliott kind of stuck on that top, not really making it work now as Denny Hamlin would get past him, and our teammate Clint Boyer looks to his inside as well, going down into turns 3 and turns 4 as we exit the corner, though. Harvick looking to my inside as we cross the line as we head down into turns 1. Harvick is there, and I'm not really having the speed I need at the moment to really hold on, and he would get clear of me on the exit of the corner. And when we went down into turns 3, trying to send it up his outside, but unable to do so as we really had to get onto the brakes and not allow the 22 to get past. But Kevin Harvick would lose the lead as he started drifting back. You see, Denny Hamlin actually got to the lead by the time it came to lap 76, trying to pass Joey Logano for that second position, and we would get past the 22 with a bit of a slide job once again. But Harvick, like I said, he started falling off. He lost the lead. Hamlin drove forward, and by the time we came to lap 82, closing in on the back of Hamlin, Harvick got back up to third, and certainly we owe Denny Hamlin revenge. And now is the time to give it now as we get into his back bumper, and we shove him right through the corner, and he goes down to the inside wall. He saves it, but the green flag stays out, and we have gotten our revenge on Denny Hamlin for Martinsville finally, as we certainly owed it to him after what he did to us as we go down into turns 1 and 2 just in front of the 4 of Kevin Harvick, our teammate, who's back into that second position as we retake the lead in that mess as well. And I certainly don't like racing like that, but I've kind of gotten fed up with taking other drivers' crap throughout my first couple seasons, and we're finally starting to give it back when we're done wrong now as we come out of turn 2 on lap 88, though, screwing up the corner, allowing my teammate of Kevin Harvick to get to my inside as he was trying to retake that lead through turns 3 and 4, and he does retake the lead as we come across the line to hit just 37 to go in this race with Logano on my back bumper in that third position, and Kyle Busch in fourth as we exit turn 2 down the back straightaway, though, dealing with live traffic at this point. By the time it came to lap 91, and the 51 goes spinning, and he would go around, and that would bring out a caution as we just barely avoided that incident, as he actually did barely just clip us on the right rear. We get very fortunate to avoid that, and we would be set up to restart in the second position alongside our teammate of Kevin Harvick once again. And at this point, it certainly feels like we have a strong car, but I don't know if it's strong to win the race as the green flag is back out. We are going once again here in Bristol with just 31 to go in this race as we make contact with our teammate of Kevin Harvick early on as we come out of turn 2 now, as he is pulling away about a car length already between himself and I as we head down into turns 3 and turns 4 as the Bakersfield Californian driver exits the corner to lead through as we hit lap 96 as we head down into turns 1 and turns 2. And as we come out of the corner, closing in on Harvick as we come down the back straightaway, heading down into turn 3, we send it up the inside of our teammate of Kevin Harvick, trying to take the lead away, but unable to do so as we exit turn 4, as Harvick has a lot of speed on the exit of these corners as we get tapped in the left rear by the 22 of Joey Logano, and that allows him to get alongside, but he checks up on the exit of the corner, allowing me to keep on to that second, or keep holding on to that second position now as we exit turn 4, just ahead of that 22 as we would cross the line, hit 28 to go. Now I'm really losing too much time to the 4 right now, but it certainly seems like we don't have the speed to win this race as we exit turn 2 down the back straightaway. Harvick does start pulling away just a little bit now as we head into turns 3 and turns 4, closing in at this point on lap 100 as we come through to cross the line with 27 to go. It seems like we're pretty good on the exit of turn 4, but we struggle everywhere out. So turns 3 and 4 are really my strong points, but you see how much time we lose there in turns 1 and 2. But as we come through turns 3 and 4, we can certainly close in a little bit, and by the time we came to 26 to go, behind Harvick still, as we come out of turn 2, we would get another caution, and this would set us up for a restart with less than 25 laps to go. And obviously, we once again restart on the outside line beside Harvick as the green flag is back out. We are underway once again here in Bristol as it's just now 23 to go as we get to the inside straight away as we had a hole between Harvick and Logano, and we took the opportunity. But as we came out of turn 2, getting a little sideways, actually touching the wall as well as we came down the straightaway, sending it up the inside of Harvick, trying to take that lead as these restarts are our best chance, and this might be our last chance to take the lead before we just really can't keep up with Harvick now as we come through turns 1 and turns 2 out of the corner. Harvick stretching out the gap as we come down the back straightaway, and by the time we came to lap 105, sending it up the inside once again of Kevin Harvick. And we make contact with the 4 of Harvick on the exit of turn 4, allowing the 22 of Joey Logano to go by on my outside as we drift back to that 3rd position. At this point, I'm just losing everything I had in this car that was making us so fast, and Joey Logano would get past Harvick, and he was driving away by the time we came to lap 115 as Kyle Busch gets to my inside. Down the back straightaway, going into turn 3, we make contact with the 18, and into the wall we go, and that adds some damage certainly to the car now as we exit turn 4. It certainly didn't destroy the car, but by the time we came to 5 to go, Kyle Busch got ahead of Harvick now as we come through turns 1 and 2. Up ahead we have a car smoking. It's the 95 of Matt DiBenedetto is going to turn 3, looking to the inside of Truex, and now the 95 goes spinning. DiBenedetto spins down to the pit road lane, and the caution would come out, and this would set up an overtime finish here in Bristol now as we will get ready to start P4 on the outside with Joey Logano trying to get win number 3 on the season now as the green flag is back out. Overtime is underway as we have a great restart, a chance to get down in front of Kevin Harvick, and we do just as we send it up the inside 3 wide for the lead for a moment, but Logano, he gets away. Kyle Busch drifts back as Harvick comes alongside. We kind of squeeze him into the wall as we make contact as we come through turns 3 and turns 4, sliding into the corner now as I have nothing for Joey Logano at this point as he comes across the line to start the final lap, and up ahead Matt DiBenedetto has stayed out on the track, but it doesn't look like we're going to catch him quickly enough before this race is over as we come down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Joey Logano, 2 wins on the season including the Daytona 500, now 3 in Bristol as we come through to get our first second place finish on the season to add on to all the second place finishes that we have gotten throughout our career so far, and unfortunately we just came up short of a victory. We didn't really have the car to win at the end, so it was a miracle that we got up that far anyways. Jimmy Johnson got 4th, I saw there, so good finish for him. Reed Sorensen down in 30th, Matt DiBenedetto dead last in 40th, so not a good finish for him. We get a decent payout and just barely short of a victory here in Bristol. Our best race we've probably had. Certainly a dramatic race, a lot of eventful moments in that race. So one of the more exciting Bristol races I've been a part of. Kevin Harvick not happy with me, so we apologize. Chase Elliott not very happy as well. We apologize to him. Cody Ware, I could have provoked him because he was a lap car, but we apologize anyways. And same as Michael McDowell, we compliment him. And if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be incredibly, incredibly appreciated. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. And in the next one, we go to a track that we probably won't win at again, and that is Richmond, a track that I can probably safely say I can run top 10 now, but we probably won't be a factor in the win. But we're going to do what we can and make it happen, hopefully, as I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching, everyone, and see you in the next one for Richmond. Have a great day, everybody.